Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Moltritz. Thank you for viewing this. That sounded a little bit like Asmongold. Usually I'm just like, yo, what's up? It's Moltritz. Alrighty, this is my new computer setup. I just wanted to let you guys see. This is my old desk that I was playing on. It's like a 3-foot wide desk. It's like here to there. It's a nice one. I paid like 50 something bucks at Walmart, so it wasn't like, super impressive. But it's sturdy. It's glass top. Has a metal pull-out tray down here that I have my other keyboard on. This is my old style keyboard. Let me roll back here a little bit so you guys can see this. This is my old style, like half mechanicalized keyboard. Rock it out there a little bit. Come back in the frame. This is my computer I'm currently playing on and recording on. This is a Corsair like airflow case, and if you look up Corsair and like in the $130 range in cases, you'll find this right away. It's a wonderful case. It actually has two halves. It has a divider in the center, and on the back side, there's my memory, my SSD, and things of that nature that don't really require any sort of cooling, quote unquote. And on the front side, I have my CPU, my video card, my motherboard, that main stuff that really needs the airflow. And that's why they cut it off, and they basically made it so it has max airflow to the areas that you need it. Right here, you can pretty much mount, I believe, 3 120 millimeter fans, but I only have 2 because the well of my radiator that comes off my CPU actually dips down into that third spot where the fan would go a little bit. So it blocks my screw holes, so I can't get 3 across the front. I can only get the 2 on the back side of the radiator that's pushing forward. And you're probably wondering what I got the radiator for. I have a Corsair HV100 or HI100V2 or something like that. Actually, it's a H100i V2. There we go. I see the bots over there in my closet. I'm a junkie. I keep all those boxes that I get from my computers and stuff when I build them and things of that nature. I got my old Razer Krakens up here. I've actually found a new favorite pair of headsets for like this sort of price range, like the $60 to $70 price range. It doesn't. I actually might have a microphone. Let's see if I can see them. Let me grab them real quick for you guys. You're like, man, Moltritz, your room is small. These are the SteelSeries headphones. I think I bought them from Walmart also with the Razer, which is, pretty unusual. Usually I go on like Razer.com, order that stuff, but then like all of a sudden I realized like a year or so ago Walmart started carrying Razer products. And I hate to be that guy, but I think they might have made them less quality when they started selling them in Walmart, or maybe they make a different production. Because like the Razer Kraken for the price, I feel like isn't the same quality that Razer products are normally. Like I've had my Razer Naga forever. I bought it off the website when it first came out. It's one of the old school, let's see if I can get freed up here, old school Molten editions. There you go. That's all the cord I have on it right now, guys. Sorry about that. But as you see, it lights up red. It blinks red and all that stuff. It's pretty darn cool, actually. And I have not, like, I just started having a problem with it. I shouldn't say I have not had a problem, but my clicker actually started to wear out. But it's after so many years, guys. This thing has been old faithful for me. It's done very well, and I have nothing bad to say about the Razer Naga products. I really want to get another one, but I'm going to get another mouse first. I'll probably end up buying 2 gaming mice. I just got to get my money in my bank account so I can order the stuff offline. Because I got the money, just my card is not set up. You know that old BS stuff going on. As you can see, I got my Griffin back there. I got Pepe, he's my man. That's the guy you always see on live streams. And I have my Frostwolf pup. I hope to like set it up so I can display them a little bit more. They're my faves. I also have like vinyl pops up in my closet that I need to get out. As you can tell, this is more of a random video. I just want to say what's up. It's not going to be super high quality production. Later tonight, I already got my Red Bull set up for the live stream. So I'm going to live stream episode 5 of our leveling series. I just want to say thank you so far for the support. I really like when I see a thumbs up on the videos, because it's such a long video, and when you get to the second or third one and people are still thumbsing it up, I'm like, holy crap, they just watched 2 hours straight of my gameplay, or however long, and they're still thumbsing it up, they're still enjoying it, and they're ready for more content. And that really makes me feel happy because a lot of times, like, if I just make a minute video that I put a lot of time into, like a lot of my patch videos or my, like the Falcosaur video that right now has 600 views, that's a lot for my channel, and I really thank everybody. Um, that stuff usually takes me, like, let's say, like 2-3 hours to put together, and then it takes probably 45 minutes to render it, and then it takes an hour to upload. It's really nice sometimes when I can just live stream and it goes straight to YouTube, and then I can type in the information and people are still enjoying that. I don't know if I bottled around too much to have you guys follow that one. Right back there is my EVGA poster. It came with my graphics card. I have a GTX, was it 970? What is it, Moltrits? You guys are like, what are you doing? Get close to the camera. It's an EVGA GeForce GTX 970. People are like, oh, you got the 970. Why didn't you get the 1080? I'm like, dude, when I made this computer, this was my second ever computer I was making. I was just learning about the importance of graphics cards. And this was like 3 months ago that I made this. Not even. So I'm newer into actually building computers. Like, I know all the components. I just didn't know the importance of having a good GPU and the different scale and power levels of GPUs. Like, I thought 970, I'm like, I pay $300 for a graphics card. It's gonna be the best ever. Then all of a sudden I get into it, I buy my 970, build the computer, I start watching different tech YouTubers, and you find out they got like 1080 Ti's and like all this crazy stuff. That some of them, even they have like the Petcell or something. It's like a $1,200 graphics card, like Titan, blah blah blah, something. I'm like, holy crap! Like, yeah, I definitely like to get that, but it's just crazy when you think you know what you're doing. You get into the field of it, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I don't know nothing. Like, when they say ignorance is bliss, there's nothing more true about that than someone that thinks they know computers but really doesn't know the whole, like, everything there is to know about them. You get watching people, they talk about different channel RAM, they talk about, like, the gigahertz that your CPU's running at. Like, I always thought it was just cores. If you had more cores, you had a better CPU, not the fact that it depends on what gigahertz they're running, like the frequency, and it determines your power output and that sort of stuff. But good thing, just so you guys know, I do run AMD, and I learned that, like, AMD isn't the first choice if you had the money, quote unquote. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with AMD, just saying there's some more features if you go with Intel, and I guess it's more like not as power consuming and different things of that nature. It might run a little bit cooler, but for my first build, I cannot be more happy with this setup. I have the FX 8350 8-core processor, Black Edition. I believe it's 4 gigahertz, and you can overclock it from there. But as of right now, haven't found a reason to overclock it, guys. Yeah, it might help speed up my rendering time, but I already have 8 cores, and my CPU doesn't even, I don't even think it maxes out when I render, so it still has to just take the time it takes. I did find out a way to use my GPU to help me render videos by going into Sony Vegas and changing the settings. I might get myself an Adobe subscription or whatever that they have going on, where you pay so much per month, and then you can use like Photoshop, Premiere, and all that stuff, because that would be very handy. And I'm getting a little bit more into like editing production quality. I know I can do better. Like, this probably won't be the best. Like, it's not gonna have like shit flying into it and cutscenes and stuff. Oh, Frostwolf, this is my boy. I like that. That was actually the first plush I got. It just threw me off when I looked over and seen him. This computer back here was the one that I was running on. This is a 4-core. I believe it's like 3.2 gigahertz. So you can see, like, I definitely more than doubled my power. This had like 8 gigabytes or 16 of RAM. This has 24 because I could get more in it, but the power block that's coming off the side, like where it plugs into my CPU cooler, the power supply thing, it actually blocks one of my spots of RAM. So that kind of screwed me out of one slot of RAM, but I'd rather have the cooling on this computer that have like an extra RAM that I'm not gonna use, if you know what I mean. The cooling's great. I have it so it's pushing the air through the radiator out through. I wonder if I should have it pulling, so the fans are on the front and pulls it out through. I'm not sure. That's probably more beneficial now that I thought about it. But not a whole lot of people, I think, after their computer's built, really go back and look like, is my airflow correct? Do I have, incoming air? Basically, the terms that the computer guys use is like positive, negative pressure, or neutral pressure. And it just depends on how much air you got coming in versus how much air you got going out. And it could affect how much dust gets in your case, different things. I know I just slapped my hand together and the microphone probably picked it up like crazy. Got the old Griffin back here. This Alliance patch, I love on this thing. It just keeps catching my eye when I'm doing this video. I'm like, hey, that's pretty sick. That's pretty cool. Another thing I have coming up that I plan on doing is I'm going to set up my Xbox One right here, get my capture card, because I have like a Hotpod HD gaming capture card. And if you guys didn't know, I had a YouTube way back in the day, and all I did was Call of Duty videos. That's what got me started into YouTube, shooting people, doing the commentary and things of that nature. And I really want to get back, start doing Call of Duty, start doing gameplay playthroughs, but also at the same time, I am not going to reduce the amount of World of Warcraft that I put out. If I can't put out, World of Warcraft video, my goal is at least one every other day, but sometimes I do more. A few times I've done less than that, but my goal is one video of decent quality every other day, so people have something to view, keep coming back to the channel, see what's going on, because a lot of people aren't on YouTube every day either, so if they just hop on the weekends, they'll have like 4 or 5 videos to view from me, maybe 3, and that's quite a bit of content to go through. But back to the Xbox One, I really have a lot of games that are coming out right now, like next month, that I want to get. Titanfall 2, I believe, just came out. I want to play that very badly. I have not played the Titanfall series, just a disclaimer. Battlefield 1 I want to play. I played some of the old Battlefields back in the day. New Call of Duty, of course. And I'm not a huge of fan as I used to be of Call of Duty. Call of Duty 4 is the Call of Duty I started out on. It was old school. Well, it wasn't at the time. It was revolutionary at the time. But back in the day, in old school Call of Duty 4, the game was really about shooting. It wasn't about, oh, I can run from point A to point B better than you can. It was about, you know what, no matter if you gotta jump on me or if I gotta jump on you, whoever was the better shooter is probably going to end up winning the gun battle. If I have an MP5, you have an M16, I start spraying at you and missing some bullets, you can turn around, freaking 3-burst me right in the head and just be like, dude, what were you doing? Just take me out and the battle's all done with. The call streets were fun, like the kill streets. You got your airstrike, then you get your helicopter. Of course, you started off with the UAV airstrike helicopter. It was a lot of fun when it was just those kill streaks because it felt so rewarding when you got them. You're like, yeah, I got a copper! Call it in! And everybody's like, yeah, here comes the helicopter. Woo, let's go! Nowadays, Call of Duty, my only pet peeve with it is I hate to start bitching about the new one before it's even out. So I'll go back to like Call of Duty Black Ops 3. That was one of the better of the newer futuristic ones. I'm trying to think. Advanced Warfare. The game is fun to play, so they did get that down. Like, I know games are only supposed to be meant for fun, but it just changed how the franchise was. It's not the same old franchise as it used to be, because like through Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare, it turned into super sci-fi, which is weird because they're kind of merging a little bit of Halo. I know it's still Call of Duty, but they're merging a little bit of that sci-fi element, maybe even a little bit of Titanfall into Call of Duty. And then you got your exosuits, which are a cool idea in themselves, but I just hated how the game was based on how well you could use your exosuit, how well you can launch around, go underground, double jump, run up the wall, instead of how well you can shoot. I understand if you can shoot well while you're doing those things, yeah, more power to you. You're probably going to be a hell of a player. It just didn't feel how it should anymore. It's not that gun battle anymore. It's a run battle. I should trademark that. It's not a gun battle. It's a run battle. That's pretty much sums up how I feel the changes of Call of Duty have changed over the years. Besides Call of Duty 4, my favorite Call of Duty was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. That was really crazy. I loved the fact that they did change up the kill streaks. I know I was talking about how great the originals were, but they still weren't super, like, basically they weren't super silly. They were, you can get your Harrier strike, you can get your precision airstrike, UAV, counter UAV, your helicopter, you can get your AC-130 calling the airship, you know what I mean? And then eventually, it wasn't even on the freaking list, but you get your nuke, which I happen to have quite a few underneath my belt. I believe last I ended my Call of Duty career, with, even after a few expansions, or excuse me, a few new Call of Duties came out, I still went back and played MW2, but I ended with 36 nukes. So a lot of people were like, I got a nuke before. I'm like, yeah, I just got 36 of the motherfuckers, that sort of attitude. And I really enjoy, I'm really good at Call of Duty. I need to get back into the flow, but also I'm trying to become more of a top tier World of Warcraft player. Like, I'm doing Mythic, Mythic Plus. I know that's probably nothing to a lot of people, but before this expansion, I never did a Mythic before. I was always just leveling characters, looking for raid. Way back in the day in Burning Crusade, I was doing Karazhan. I did Gruuls, Mads, TK as a Frost Mage. That was a lot of fun. What else? What else do I want to talk about, guys? Oh, basically, one other thing that I want to talk about was the new Falcosaurs, which is in my video that just came out. I really want to get a Falcosaur hatchling and level the sucker up and eventually unlock the mount. Just because it's so unique how they set it up. There's only one other mount I could think of in Call of Duty, in World of Warcraft. Wow, getting the hiccups. In World of Warcraft, that basically levels up like that. It's the Dragon Hatchling that's in Mista Pandaria that you do a bunch of world quests for. You level him up and eventually you get the color hatchling as, the blue hatchling turns into the blue dragon mount, and you get to ride him around and things like that. That pretty much sums up this video, guys. I just want to have a little bit of talk, things of that nature. I might throw some gameplay back here, I might not. Just depends on how I feel when I'm editing the video. Any questions, guys, feel free to leave it below. I mean, hey, I'm a pretty easygoing guy. I respond to most every comment that people leave, even if they're negative, because I put a lot of time into the videos, so if someone says, well, I'll just throw out a comment I had. It was the video about Karazhan attunement and Burning Crusade, and maybe I should have labeled it better, but at the time, patch 7.1 information was just released, about the patch, and they confirmed, the developers confirmed that there would be Karazhan attunement. So I made the video, Legion, Karazhan attunement, and Burning Crusade, and in that video I talked about, how cool it was that they're bringing Karazhan attunement back, and, it reminded me of Burning Crusade, where you needed different attunements, or even Vanilla, where I heard you needed even more attunements than there was in Burning Crusade, and someone viewed it just a few days ago, after patch 7.1 just released, because we're only 3 days in, and they're like, what the hell? You just talked about stupid shit for 7 minutes, and shit, you never talked about Karazhan attunement. And I'm like, well, dude, if you look at the date of the video, it was when they first released that there even was gonna be attunement, so we didn't know what it was. So it was all in retrospect. The title was appropriate for the time, but then he went back and viewed it just a few days ago and was like, This kid, you know, like he basically acted like I had clickbait. Like I was just having people click on the video just because it looked like you're gonna learn Karazhan attunement. So I'm thinking about changing that title, or I might just leave it. I can't, like, I'm not gonna change the whole way I do things over one person's dislike or, you know, attitude about my video. I just wanted to explain why I labeled it that way and things of like that nature. And another thing is I did just make a Karazhan attunement video now, like actually how to unlock Karazhan. It's very short and sweet. If you guys need that information, you can check out that video. And another place that I highly recommend, might put a couple of my videos out of business for you, but Wowhead website. Just go on the Wowhead, go through the patch. If you don't feel like reading all the stuff, then you can come to my video and I'll tell you what it says in there, and I'll give you little side hints and things that I did and stuff like that. Oh, one more thing before I go. My DX Racer chair. No one's really asked about it yet. Not that I'm waiting for people to be like, dude, what's your chair? But I just wanted to recommend the DX Racing chair highly. This one was like 360, I believe, which sounds crazy. You know, like 360. Well, I have like 340 in my graphics card. So if I'm spending this much on my computer, I'm spending this much time, I'm editing. Like when I get home from work at like 5:30, I edit a lot. I film. I'm right here. I'm writing stuff down. Grab my pen. Grab my Pepe. You know, jot some things down. I'm really old school. A lot of times I'll have a pad over here and I'll just write down like, okay, I want to do this video, or this thing is bothering me, so I'll put that down. And it's just a way for me to organize. I actually have a bullet journal that I started, but I'm so terrible at keeping on a track solidly. Like, the best I've done is with YouTube. That kind of keeps me, you know, focused on a goal. If I know, well, shoot, I need to post a video tonight, so it kind of gives me a direction in life, or, you know, after work that I need to work towards. I was just looking back at my sticker. You can only half see it. That also came with my graphics card. It's like enthusiast build, it says. It's pretty neat. This is my old bed. Got some blue sheets on it. As you guys can see, we got some wood floors. It's an older house, but it's built nice. It's just a lot of times people are like, I really love older houses. And there's a lot of things in older houses that once you have them, you're like, man, I want to get a new house. Just quick, if you even care to hear, but like these wood floors, yeah, wood floors are wonderful. If you don't have them, you're like, they're real wood, like they're legit wood floors. Yeah, they are, but when the weather moves the house, because it's on an old school foundation, they crack at the seam. Not like the wood doesn't break, just there'll be two boards that meet like this, and one will raise up a little bit more than the other. You know, there might be a difference. And then all of a sudden dust gets in there, whatever else. If there's a flea off the animal, he's gonna find a way to bury himself in that crack to like survive the winter and things like that. It really bothers my allergies. We have forced air heat too, which is like in a lot of homes that's you know, the normal thing. Like you have a furnace that blows air through your house. But since I work construction all day every day, there's way better ways to heat your house. The main way I'm thinking of right now is if you're building a newer house, or if your downstairs is exposed, like you have a full basement and you can walk underneath your house. Radiant heat. You can run pipes through the joists of your floor. You know, zigzag them, staple aluminum fins to them to help distribute the heat, and then attach them to your hot water heater, or get a boiler set up for the radiant heating system, and it'll literally just run hot water through the pipes, radiate the heat through the fins. They're attached to the floor, and you can also put a foil underneath that radiates even more heat up through, like helps it push up through the floor so it doesn't just go down and follow the path of least resistance. So it'll really spread heat evenly through your house. Once you have it heated to temperature, it's easy to keep that temperature because the radiant is really energy efficient. After you heat up originally the floors, it might be running your boiler, your hot water a little bit extra at first, but then after the house is heated, you're all good to go. You'll never get cold feet. You know, when the air is hot, but your floor is really cold because it's taking in that coldness from the basement or wherever. You don't have none of that anymore. that's enough for my rant for right now. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna keep trying to pound out the World of Warcraft content. I'm gonna make sure I get my Xbox hooked up. I'm gonna hook up my second computer so I can render some more videos. So that way my production won't go down for World of Warcraft because I'm rendering an Xbox video. I'll render a World of Warcraft video on this. I'll render my Xbox playthrough on that at the same time, and we should be golden. I really hope that I get to start doing those playthroughs and that you guys respond to them and like them. If there's anybody that's gonna have a problem with seeing the content, you know, like for some reason people get funny. If I only make World of Warcraft videos and all of a sudden I make like a Call of Duty video, they're like, dude, what? I came here for Call of Duty. You know, like that sort of attitude. So, hey, if you guys are like that, let me know. Like, let me know you don't want to see that bull crap. Or you do. Or if you don't care. I mean, either way. I still plan on doing it. I just don't want to make anybody, like, have a trigger fit where they're like, God damn it, Moltrix. I came here for World of Warcraft. I see Titanfall 2. Unsubscribe. You know, like that sort of attitude. This is a pimpy shirt. This is my Rage On shirt. And it's the Pharaoh one. They're really expensive. They're like $50 a piece, which is crazy for a shirt. But on a rare occasion, I'll pick up myself up one just because, like, all the way around it. That's the only point that they don't ever, like, for some reason, how they do their design. Like, I think they attach it down here, but it's not really attached on the shirt. I just don't know how it rolls. It's weird. But they keep their quality and they keep their color. This has probably been washed 15, 20 times, hasn't changed size at all, hasn't changed color. You know, like a lot of shirts would get that dull hue to them after a while. Well, these stay really good. It's Rage On. It's I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, they're expensive. I don't have a lot of money by any means. Like I said, I go to work, I work construction. I make, you know, minimum wage or a little bit more and things like that. But guys, this has probably been long enough. I know I've started my outro like twice now. Take it easy. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this style of video, leave it a thumbs up. I might just leave this as a vlog because it went on long enough. Hopefully I kept you entertained talking about my different things. Have a good one, guys. Peace off. Make sure you check out the start of my leveling series on my Demon Hunter if you haven't. And make sure you check out where I compared the Razer Kraken to my Razer Siren Pro, which I'm using here. Yeah, it's not going to make your voice sound any better. Like, it's not going to make you sound like a rock star just because you talk through a new microphone. Believe me, I learned that. If I'm stuffed up, it's not going to sound unstuffed up just because I have a new microphone. Have a good one, guys, and peace off.